This is Phil, who's a retired Episcopal priest, and he gives his time mentoring a couple of young kids in South Carolina. Phil, would you tell us something about the two kids and maybe the last thing you did with each of them?
Well, thank you, Wayne, for this opportunity. I am called a guardian ad litem, and I work under the sponsorship of the courts of South Carolina, and I work with the Department of Social Services. And whenever they have a case of a family where the children have been abused or neglected, then the Social Services takes over and the court appoints a volunteer guardian to work with them. My job is to see those children at least once a month and to learn about them as much as I can. So I go to their schools, talk to their teachers and principals, and visit them and see to their needs and see that they get a fair shake out of all this court legal process. These two children I have now, the little girl is 7 years old. She's mildly retarded, very pleasant, cute, attractive, a little on the quiet side, shy. The boy is 17, and he is one that I think he's gotten not a very good shake from our education system. He is, we had him tested recently, and he's 17, but he's, quote, in the 9th grade, but he only qualifies as 3rd and 4th and 5th grade in other subjects. When they needed clothes last year for the winter, when I took this case, there's a place in Charleston that I go to and get clothing for them. I cannot take them anywhere in my car because of insurance, so I have to see them. The little girl likes to talk. The boy is shy and he's active and he can't sit, he just doesn't want to sit still. But I brought him a bicycle because he didn't have a bicycle. I knew a friend who had a bicycle and got that. I brought him an MP3 or M6P or some kind of electronic gadget that these teenagers have. And I brought him a wristwatch so he could learn how to tell time. They're great kids to work with. It's been a lot of fun. I try to see them, and he is with his aunt, who is educated, and his aunt's sisters are educated, and this child is in a very good foster care home now. The first one we put him in, we had to remove him because it was not good care. Now he's in good hands, and I enjoy talking with him on the telephone and enjoy visiting in his home.
Okay, good story, and tell us a little bit, what was the last thing you did with the girl?
Last thing I did with the girl was to say, it was your birthday last month and I forgot it. So I want to know what you didn't get for your birthday, and I'm going to bring it to you next time I see her.
Good. Phil, how do you see God at work in what you're doing?
Well, I certainly couldn't do it without the Lord's help, because there's no book. Although I went through a 6 months training to be a guardian, every situation doesn't see. So I pray. These children happen to be in a home where the little girl sings in the choir and loves it, and the family takes them to church every Sunday. It's just hard to know where the Lord helps, but when they ask you questions, I don't know the answer, and somehow the Lord tells me what to say, and most of the time it seems to be supportive and encouraging and uplifting feedback so that they feel better about themselves.
I think you've answered my second question, but maybe add any further thought to how God helps you.
Oh, that's not an easy question. telling me what to say. I remember them in my prayers. It's at home when I say my prayers. I think of them as I drive toward their house on a visiting day and say, Lord, help me to say the right thing and to do the right thing, and when I get there.
It's a great story of care, Phil. Thanks for your time. Thanks for what you're doing for these two people.